Good afternoon, my fellow traders. This mini psychological lecture will go into the depth of why your stop loss placement is important and why you should have your stop loss at a structural point and not an emotional point. Price, as we know, moves by algorithms, right? There are certain things that has to happen before price displaces to an area. There are certain places that the price won't retest to or won't go to if it's truly going into a trend. Let's say price spiked up 100 points on NQ, created a high, and started consolidating. Then you see displacement, rebound, displacement, and you enter. If you put your stop loss at a displacement candle or some random area from the accumulation, you're going to get stopped out and you're going to be pissed. But the reason why you're moving your stops up and down, you're not putting it at one place. The risk that you put on is bothering you. If when you enter into a trade and you place your stops specifically at a high, and when you look at that stop loss and you look at the amount you could potentially lose if price goes against you, if that bothers you, you're risking too much. You're risking too much. But if you could put your stops at that high and you don't care whether or not the trade goes your way or not, now you're trading systematically, you're trading objectively rather than subjectively, and your risk is well managed. Or you, stupid phone cut out my video because it got hot, bro. I need a new phone. Like I was saying, or you have the mental capacity to be able to risk that amount and not really care about the consequences because you just mentally fortified yourself where you don't even care about money, right? So let's say you enter into a trade 10 micros and your stop loss at that high is $1,000. If you're shaking in your boots and you keep moving the thing up and down, why are you risking 10 micros having a 1K stop loss? Now, if you risk 5 micros and you put it up there and your stop loss is 300 to 400, you're like, 300, 400 is nothing. You're okay, you're having well-managed risk. And also, you would have risk that's good compared to your account. Not whether or not you feel like risking 10 or 5. No. Is your stop loss going to blow or hurt your account in one trade? If it is, you're risking too much. You're risking too much, right? Like for me, I had like a 1.9K account. I risked too much, lost 700. Now my account is at $700. That one singular trade hurt my whole entire account. That shouldn't happen. With a 1.9K account, I should be risking 5 micros or a $300 stop loss because if I lost, my account will still be at 1,600. Actually, no, I lost. It went from 1,900 to 1,400. And I took another trade and I lost 700. So now it's at 700 because I was at 14. But had I lost like 200, 300, it'll go from 14 to 11 to 12. That's valid. But it's at 7 now. Now I got to lower my risk a bunch, build myself back up, and stay 5 micros until my account is like at 3 to 5K where I can risk one mini and stop loss won't hurt me. Because if I lose $500 to $600 on a 4 to 5K account, that's not hurting me. So you guys got to understand, bro, like the reason why you're so emotional about your trades and why your trades are never working your way or why you're always having these issues is not because you're a bad trader, but because you're trying to rush your process by risking too heavy, too soon. Like, bro, as a scalper, the max stop loss you want to have is 30 points. And if you have 30 points, the max you want to trade is 5 micros, right? Because there can be sometimes, right, depending on how big the stop loss is, can depend on how many micros you can risk. Because if you have a 70 point, 60 point stop loss, you're probably going to risk 1 to 2 micros. Because if you do that, then your stop loss would be like about $200, $300. But if you have a 30 point stop loss with a 30 point, if you have 30 point stop loss with 2-3 micros, it won't be that much money. You got to risk more compared to your stop loss. The stop loss is so important because look, stop loss is it just stops your loss. It's a good thing. I don't know why people think stop loss is a bad thing. You're not losing money. You are losing money, but you're stopping. Potentially, you're stopping something that can take away your whole entire account if it doesn't go into your direction. Because the market is here to take our money. So your stop loss stops that from happening where you put it at. So you gotta be able to be okay with that. If this trade goes against me, I wanted to stop the loss at 600, and you gotta be cool with that. But if you're not comfortable with losing a certain amount of money, bro, just lower your risk and you will detach, right? So let's say right now, right, for me, I have a one funded account with a 700 P&L. Right now, I'm gonna risk about 5 micros, $300 stop loss because I have only $800 in drawdown on that account. $300 stop loss max, targeting a 1-to-1, depending on the day. If it's high prob, I'm gonna just go for external liquidity. If it's low prob day, or if internal liquidity gets taken out, I'm going for internal. If external liquidity gets taken out, I'm going to target external liquidity. You feel me? Because like you gotta see what type of trade you're taking. If it's an internal liquidity got taken out and your trade is, and that's your trade, go for 1-to-1. But if an external liquidity got taken out, bro, why are you only going for 1-to-1? Target that external liquidity. But that's only if you've seen consistency in your 1-to-1s already, right? But some people, you don't have to do all that. Just catch the 1-to-1, external, internal, no matter what, and you'll see consistency. Me, I'm going to do the 1-to-1 regardless. But I can't really stick to that because sometimes there'll be some days where the 1-to-1 will get hit. But because of the news drivers like NFP, CPI, like those days, bro, if we take out an external liquidity on CPI, bro, I'm targeting the whole entire range. CPI or NFP. But on a normal day and no news Monday, internal liquidity taken out, bro, go for your 1-to-1. But I'm saying for consistency purposes, no matter if it's internal or external, just go for the 1-to-1. Keep it easy for yourself, right? But yeah, man, you gotta be able to be okay with your risk and your stop loss, because like if you put that stop loss at that high, you gotta chill. You can't move that stop loss up and down, and you have to put it at that high, because most likely, if price is truly bearish, it will not retest that high, or it will not blow past that high because price is bearish. So that high will be respected. It will create a lower high to then create a lower low, and another lower high to create a lower low, and etc. And then you're just following order flow. But your stop loss has to be at that high with good risk. That's all, bro. And that's really how you get to those winning trades and being consistent. But like I said, if you put in 10 micros and you put your stop loss up there and you're risking $1,200, I'm pretty sure that's gonna get you like, oh no, shaking in your boots, you know? So yeah, just control your risk out, boys and girls, if you're watching this, and you will be good. Your cycle will be better. I'm out.